Hey everyone! Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stories like this deserve to be shared. I still remember the instant I saw her at that party, the way the chandelier light hit her hair like a halo, and for a fleeting moment, I almost believed she was mine, completely mine. Her name is Lila, my wife of 5 years, and until that night, I'd trusted her more than anyone in this world. Our apartment smelled faintly of her perfume, vanilla mixed with something floral, the kind that lingers just long enough to make you feel safe. But safety has a way of tricking you. It was a Friday evening downtown, the kind of party where the music doesn't let you think too much, and laughter is louder than secrets. I arrived early, holding 2 glasses of wine, scanning the room for her. She was there, talking, smiling, more animated than usual, but something felt off. Her eyes kept flicking to other men. I shrugged it off, told myself I was imagining things. But when she laughed at a joke from some guy I didn't know, a tiny spark of unease lit in my chest. She came over to me, brushing her fingers along mine, whispering about how crowded it was, about how she couldn't wait to leave. I nodded, trying to mask the sinking feeling, the subtle tension curling at my ribs. I noticed the way her phone vibrated repeatedly, her hand brushing it nervously. I caught a glimpse of a message. "See you outside, winky face." I frowned, but she caught my glance and smiled, innocent and teasing. "Just a friend," she said. The kind of line you want to believe. Hours passed. The music thumped harder, people swayed. I watched her slip out repeatedly, claiming bathroom breaks or stepping out for air. Each time, I asked myself if I should go with her, trust her, or confront my instincts that screamed something was wrong. Then it happened. She walked past me, arm linked to a stranger, laughing like I wasn't even there. My chest tightened, every heartbeat a drum of dread. My words stuck in my throat. Could I be imagining this? Could my eyes be betraying me before my mind fully processed it? I wanted to run after her. I wanted to pull her back into my arms and demand answers. But I froze, gripping my glass until it ached, watching her disappear into the crowd. And when I finally summoned the courage to confront her later that night, she smiled and said, "What are you talking about?" I didn't leave with anyone. And just like that, my world tilted. The next morning, the apartment was quiet, eerily so, like the world had paused to let me stew in disbelief. Lila was humming in the kitchen, flipping pancakes as if nothing had happened. The smell of butter and syrup should have been comforting, but it only made the tension in my chest tighten. I sat at the table, staring at my untouched coffee, trying to summon the words, the courage, to confront her. I started with small things. "You seemed far last night," I said, watching her eyes dart to the counter before settling back on me. She laughed softly. "Far? No, I was just enjoying myself. You worry too much." That laugh. It was too light, too rehearsed, the kind that didn't reach her eyes. My phone buzzed on the table, a notification that made my stomach knot. A video message from one of the men I'd seen her leave with. I didn't open it immediately, too scared of what I might find, too afraid that seeing the truth would shatter whatever calm I was clinging to. Hours later, I couldn't hold it anymore. I opened the video. There she was, laughing, leaning close to him, whispering something I couldn't hear, then slipping her hand into his. The image burned itself into my memory like a brand. My mind raced. How long had this been going on? How many times had I missed the signs, the texts she hid, the subtle disappearances? When I confronted her that night, my voice cracked. I saw the video. "Lila, why?" She froze, her fork halfway to her mouth. There was a silence so thick it pressed against my ears. And then she smiled. Not an apologetic smile, not a nervous one, but a mocking, dismissive smile that made my chest hurt. "Video? You mean the guys from the party? It's nothing. You're imagining things." I wasn't doing anything wrong. I could feel my hands trembling. The betrayal wasn't just the act. It was a denial, the audacity, the way she made me feel insane for trusting my own senses. She spoke about trust, love, commitment, but her words were hollow, empty shells. My mind replayed every laugh, every text, every fleeting glance from that night. The intimacy we built, the late-night talks, the small routines. I couldn't tell which moments were real and which had been performative all along. And then came the messages. Hundreds of texts from other men, some flirty, some crude, some begging for more. Her phone, which she claimed was always dead or just in her bag, was filled with conversations I had never imagined, threads that spanned months. Months I thought we were safe, laughing, building a life. I wanted to scream. I wanted to leave. But more than that, I wanted answers that she would never give. And just when I thought I'd reached the bottom, I saw one last notification, a new message from that night. Want to come over? She's not stopping. My stomach dropped. This wasn't a one-time mistake. This wasn't a slip. This was deliberate. And suddenly, I realized I had no idea who Lila really was. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind raced, circling every lie, every moment of denial, every sly smile. I kept picturing her walking out with strangers, laughing as if I didn't exist. By morning, I knew I had to confront her, not gently, not with hope, but with the full weight of truth I could no longer ignore. I waited until she came home from work. The apartment smelled faintly of her perfume, still clinging to the corners, and it made my stomach twist with a mix of longing and fury. She smiled when she saw me, tilting her head like nothing had changed. "Hey," she said casually, like the chaos of the past week didn't exist. I swallowed past the bile in my throat. "I know everything, Lila," I said, voice low, steady, yet shaking. "The videos, the texts, the lies, the walks into someone else's arms. I saw it all, and now I need the truth." Her smile faltered for a fraction of a second, then hardened. "What truth?" "You're imagining things again," she said. Her denial wasn't fear or shame. It was control. She wanted to twist it, make me doubt my own eyes. But I refused. "I have the proof. I have everything on my phone," I said, holding it up. She froze completely this time. I saw the mask crack, just enough to see the real fear beneath. Her silence was deafening. I don't know what you're talking about," she whispered, voice trembling. But I wasn't buying it. I had loved her completely, blindly, and now I was done pretending. I realized love isn't always gentle. Sometimes it demands courage. The courage to let go of someone who doesn't deserve you. "I trusted you," I said, my voice breaking. "I loved you, but you can't undo this. I can't stay in a marriage built on lies and betrayal. I'm done." She opened her mouth, tried protest, but I didn't wait. I walked out, every step fueled by the ache of heartbreak and the fire of betrayal. I didn't look back. The door closed behind me, and with it, a chapter of my life filled with lies, false smiles, and stolen moments. I sat in my car outside, hands gripping the steering wheel, chest tight, but clear-headed. Pain lingered, yes, but so did clarity. The truth hurts, but it frees you. That night, I realized that love isn't just about holding on. It's about knowing when to let go, even when it shatters your world. If you've ever faced betrayal or had your trust broken by someone you loved, I want to hear your story. Comment below, share your experiences, and don't forget to subscribe, because none of us should ever feel alone in heartbreak.